Hello there. The May 2026 CA Foundation paper on accounting just got over. And we are here to discuss about that paper. I passed my CA exams in the last century, 1990. And that time things were a little different. The panic was the same, the fear was the same, but the way they gave it was different. For example, now I am told you are given 15 minutes to look at the question paper. We were not given that luxury. We were told stand on the edge of the swimming pool and they pushed us. Those who know how to swim managed to go across, others were drowning there. So those 15 minutes, what do you do in those 15 minutes? I'm going to discuss the strategy to be adopted to write your foundation exams. So this is not a video to give you answers for a question paper, but this is to help you to become a better writer in CA exams in the future. It could apply for other subjects also. Therefore, let's move on. Now, let's talk about the CA exam question papers. How are they? They are aimed to assess not whether you know accounts or not, whether you know the subjects or not. They are also to test whether you are able to handle the pressure. Can you manage the time? Can you read questions intelligently? And can you keep your composure? Because all that will define your success in an exam. So let's talk about the May 2026 paper. I don't think it was a difficult paper. Nothing very difficult about it. But yes, it was very lengthy. And the ICAI has only two tricks up its sleeve. In a test match of cricket, the opposition doesn't start with spin bowlers. It starts with pace, bouncers, outswingers, in-swingers. So accounts is the first exam. The institute has got only two kinds of balls. One, make the paper tough, or two, make the paper lengthy. So when the paper is tough, it makes you nervous. And the paper is lengthy, it makes you anxious. If you are aware of this, you can actually be comfortable with whatever be the situation. And now, the emotional tone while seeing the paper. What happens to a student when the paper is given to him or her? What happens? Think about it. Panic sets in most of the cases. Questions like, will I be able to complete this paper? Did I prepare enough? Or am I too slow? Unnecessary questions will start clouding your brain. The panic is more dangerous than the paper itself. And being aware of this will help you to reduce it. It will not go away. The nervousness, the fear will never go away. You have to learn to adapt to it. You have to learn to take the fear to your advantage. So, the Maha Mantra, the mantras of mantra, keep your cool. That's it. Whatever happens, keep your cool. And this is the most important skill. And this is a skill that doesn't come by birth. This is a skill that you have to develop. You have to anticipate. You have to maintain and use it in the examination. Keep your cool. Because A student who is, say, let's say, prepared for 70 to 80% of the portions, and there is another student who has prepared 90 to 95% of the portions, there is nobody who can cover 100%. The student, even though has prepared for 70 to 80%, will do better because he kept the cool. And that student who studied 90 to 95% could not do well because could not keep the cool. Makes a mess of the paper. So what was this May 26 paper all about? If your concepts were clear, there was nothing fundamentally shocking. But if you felt rattled, disturbed, shaken, then it must be because not the questions were impossible, because the time pressure got to you, most of the cases. Or the autopilot, which I'm going to talk about, the autopilot mode took over. This is a learning and not a disaster. Okay? So let's analyze an exam strategy. And before I go further, let me tell you, there is not one strategy that is applicable to everybody. Every student is different. The learning style is different. The presentation style is different. The understanding is different. The expression is different. So you have to develop your own strategy. What we are presenting here is only a suggested skills. Depends on your individual performance, depends on your preparation level, depends on your comfort zones. Two approaches. Make a strategy, don't make a strategy. If you make a strategy, you will be able to apply what you learned. If you don't have a strategy, you will get lost in the examination. That's why I am saying marks are not determined only by knowledge. Marks are determined also by the strategy adopted. So, we are going to analyze this paper, May 2026 Foundation Exam Accounting paper, not to just check answers, but to learn to do even better in the future examinations. So, be with me till the end. Most students get into this autopilot mode. What is autopilot mode? If you have seen the movie Three Idiots, in that the lecturer gives one important question on the screen and he asks the students to start, everybody starts writing. We get into this mechanical mode of answering questions. You need to check that out. Don't get into the autopilot mode. The better question to ask, especially in those 15 minutes, where are my quickest marks? Which question is in my control completely? Which question will build my confidence? Which question may consume too much time? Not only identifying your friends, identifying your foes also, you need to prepare yourself in those 15 minutes. Okay? A suggested strategy that could have been adopted, always attack the question number 1 first. Because it is a compulsory question, point number 1. Second, it does not take too much time. Okay? Just theory. So therefore, that would be better. If you take the first question first, it is easier. It gives you time to attack the lengthier questions later on. And as you keep answering, your confidence keeps building because the initial fear, panic will start settling down if you answer what you know properly. And then you have to be careful because the first question, you should not take more than 8 to 10 minutes. Some people get into this habit, starting, they want to be perfect, they write neatly, slowly, come on, quiet, and help me do this properly, and they take half an hour for that. You have only 2.5 hours for 80 marks after that. So be careful, don't get into a time trap. Okay? Don't overthink and don't write more than what is required. Answer to the point. Then after that, after the step 1, you build confidence with structured questions. Now what is a structured question? For example, I would say depreciation. The method is familiar, you are confident, you know what is to be done, and it is easy. So we'll do that first. Okay? Because your concept is clear and becomes mechanical to some extent. It is within your control. So attack such questions first. Lengthy questions should be attacked only after you have answered about 3 questions comfortably. Okay? If you are already anxious and you attack the lengthy questions, this can disturb your momentum. You can panic even more. You will get out of control by yourself. Okay? So my suggestion for an average student who wants above average marks. Okay? 1. Start with the compulsory question 1. Then move to questions that are structured and predictable. You know what's going to happen. Secure marks first. Some base marks you secure. Once you are able to attack 30-40 marks, then you can go for the bigger ones. You start building confidence because of that. Leave the heavy thinking questions for later. If you have too many adjustments and all that, we can do them later. Okay? Because confidence during an examination is not a luxury. It is a performance tool. Confidence has to be maintained, developed, kept, and should be used to attack and get more marks. The most important takeaway here is, do not let the paper decide your emotional state. Whatever be the paper, you are not going to be shocked, you are not going to be scared, you're not even going to be confident. Too much of anything is bad. You keep your cool. This is a paper, I got to do it. For example, one student said, "Sir, I finished the paper half an hour before time, but then when I went through, I realized I made so many mistakes." That should not happen, no? So therefore, be cool. Then mistakes will be lesser. You decide how to engage with the paper. Don't let an uncontrolled mind decide that. You consciously decide which is first, which is second, which is third. A lengthy paper does not mean it is a tough paper. It's a difficult paper. Okay? Does not always mean that. A tricky looking question is not automatically a dangerous question. I always tell my students, in a CA exam, what appears to be difficult is not so difficult, and what appears to be easy may not be so easy. So don't fall for appearances. Okay? You go by the content always. Your job in the examination hall is not to react emotionally. Keep your emotions to a side. After the examination hall, you can cry, dance, jump, whatever you want to do. But during the examination hall, only keep cool. Your job in the examination hall is to make intelligent decisions. So the takeaway message on strategy, ICI is not testing accounting knowledge alone. It is testing temperament as much as the technical knowledge. It is wanting to know, do you have it in you? Are you tough enough to become a chartered accountant?